Hey everybody, it's your boy, Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder of Cinema Draft LLC and blacksinbitcoin.com, where I stay black and love in Bitcoin. For those of you watching on YouTube, you're not going to see this mug today. It's not a camera-friendly day for the kid, but I do have a few things I want to go over in this somewhat abbreviated podcast, just some stuff that's come up over the last week or so, which I've been thinking about. Number one of which would be this. This is really what had me get on the podcast because, quite honestly, I think this is a concept whose time has come. So for those of you listening, I'm on an article which describes how the Pirate Bay, which is world-renowned for pirating music and videos and media and what have you, their business model has somewhat changed so that when you visit the Pirate Bay, they now tell you that there is an in-browser Monero mining software which is going to be running while you're visiting their site. And to be honest with you, I think it's kind of brilliant. I've been saying this for a while. And I mentioned this to some of my friends who work in media, some people who are decision makers on some middle management levels in media, about how one way, actually, quite honestly, a way to overhaul the clickbaity, ad revenue-based model of online media today would be to incorporate some of these in-browser mining tools. You see them in app stores all over the place. Bitcoin miners, Monero miners, Ethereum miners that, granted, can slow down people's computers a tad, but if I'm a content consumer and I don't want to pay, or I've gotten used to a culture of not paying for online content, I think this is brilliant. I think this is the way forward. Think about it. And honestly, if I were any of these sites where content is king, you're trying to figure out a revenue model which doesn't alienate users and can still attract professional writing and journalistic talent, I would seriously look into this. And as an incentive for visitors to your site, why not break them off something? But imagine this. Let's say you're, I don't know, Bloomberg News, right? You get people coming to your site to see the latest whatever, and a lot of times maybe you have a paywall set up for some of your best content, or maybe you get a certain number of articles a month, somewhat like the New York Times, right? Imagine if just through the sheer amount of people who come to the site, maybe you have to click in to opt in to allow them to use your browser, right? And let's say you opt in, and let's say they get, I don't know, maybe 100, 200,000, people a month doing this, clicking in, opting in, allowing them to use their browser. You're able to mine just a ton of Monero, Bitcoin, whatever it is you want to mine. Monero is, in this case, is appropriate for Pirate Bay only because it's a way of obfuscating the trails of payment. So if you're already, I mean, it's not quite dark web type stuff per se, but you want to keep your money anonymous. You use Monero, you use Dash, you use some of these other privacy coins. But let's say they just want to do Bitcoin. Bitcoin's easy to understand and it's trackable and traceable. Maybe it's the best legal way moving forward for a site like New York Times, right? I mean, can you imagine if, let's say, the New York Times just through this mining operation using a little bit of your computer processing power over, say, 200,000 people. Let's say they're able to mine, I don't know, maybe 35 Bitcoin a month. With Bitcoin at, what, 6,200 today, $217,000 passively, that's not a bad start. And honestly, I honestly don't know how much you can actually generate from this. I'm not even sure if the article says how much you can generate off of this. It really does not say. But I wouldn't be surprised if you saw something in the range of 35 to 50, even 100 Bitcoin. And then you're talking about $500,000 a month if you're doing 100 Bitcoin through this mining through just sheer traffic, which is $620,000 a month. And then let's say just as a thank you for using up your part of your processing power, the New York Times kicks back, 10%, right? So 62,000 back to the people who are using the site. So not only are you visiting the site to get your information, but you're also getting a kickback for being a loyal trafficker or user or whatever. And for using up some of your processing power, they're still left with over $500,000 a month. And spreading out 62,000 among, I don't know, maybe 100,000, 200,000 people. Let's do some math. 31 cents, but at least it's like a courtesy. At least they're thanking you for being able to use your processing power. I honestly don't see how any of this would be bad. Now, in this model that Pirate Bay is doing, they're keeping the profits 100%. And there's something to be said for that as well. And you may not even need to reward people coming to your site. But I look at it as kind of like a loyalty rewards card, right? If you're a loyal, frequent flyer on the New York Times and they decide to kick you back some money that they're making from mining off of your processing power, it's almost like getting cash back, like your Discover card. What is it, 2%, 1%, whatever, a month cash back? Same model. I don't understand why every media publisher isn't using this already. It's too much like right, and I can't be the only person who's thought of this before. But what do I know? I'm just out here banging around the internet. So anyways, look out for more and more media sites who are trying to figure out a way to monetize their content without alienating their readers through clickbait titles or through clickbait headlines or through excessive in-browser ads, or what's even worse, mobile ads. God, those are the absolute worst. Just mine off my phone, just mine off my browser. I would definitely prefer that over anything else, especially if there's a little bit of a loyalty kickback. What else? The other thing I want to talk about real quick is PinkDate. As you know, I'm fascinated by the PinkDate story. For those of you who are unfamiliar, they are probably going to be the world's first blockchain-based anonymized company that specializes in escort services and essentially back-end services in CRM. They're providing escorts all the tools, essentially a Microsoft Office based on the blockchain for escorts, or even better yet, Salesforce for escorts on the blockchain. And when I say anonymized company, I mean that the true identities of the employees are unknown. I believe it's a distributed team, and they're doing that because they want to be extrajudicial. As you may well know, places like the United States, where I live, has some fairly archaic laws when it comes to sex work, and honestly, the laws across the world definitely vary. So by being anonymized, by being extrajudicial, and keeping and not having a known headquarters or home base, and using certain OPSEC, operational security measures, they are essentially, I wouldn't say above the law, but possibly outside the reach of the law. But they're trying to do everything transparent and above board. They've issued. They're in the middle of their ICO. I believe that started on June 27th. They had to split the ICO into two parts due to some unforeseen circumstances in product development. And basically, they came out openly talking about their growing pains. Roger, the COO of PinkDate, has a post on Medium, link below in the YouTube description, talking about how it's been hard to work with an anonymous team, or harder than expected. How some companies will refuse you service because you're dealing with sex work, or because you're an anonymized company. If something goes bad and wrong, there's no real recourse or governing body through which you can complain or seek justice. So that's been a consideration. And also, just the learning curve of any startup. I definitely know what that learning curve looks like. I've been in this startup game for about 2 years myself. Cinema Draft, and there's always something that you didn't account for that you couldn't honestly foresee that comes up against you. So that was pretty cool. Also, I believe something came out tonight from the actual CEO. There it is. Yeah, CEO PinkDate, Brad. Lessons learned. That's also a really interesting blog post. Talks about the differences of hiring with an anonymized team, dealing with the ICO launch dates, the missed deadlines, which has temporarily shaken some faith in the ICO community. But it's been really cool to see how investors, someone like myself, who have kind of rallied around PinkDate because we believe in the mission. It's going to be, this is going to be a very interesting experiment. It's essentially a security token. They're pledging to distribute 50% of profits past a certain point to token holders. So, you're looking at getting passive income as well as price appreciation in the token itself. It's going to be pretty novel. And just things they're working on and lessons they've learned. It's an interesting post. So both those posts are on medium.com/@PinkDate. Links are below. And then finally, Litecoin's buying a bank, y'all. They've partnered up with TokenPay, a payment processor, to buy, I think, up to 18% or actually just under 20% of a German bank? There we go, WEG Bank AG. As CoinDesk says, an until now obscure German financial institution. And basically, this could be the on-ramp, y'all. This could definitely be what crypto is needed. So now, they'll make it easier to do things like having a crypto debit card, being able to buy crypto again with credit cards. What else? Also creating probably the world's first fiat to crypto decentralized exchange, which I know is on deck for Litecoin's plans. This is really, it seems like it may not be that big of a deal, and part of this article is poo-pooing what could make this eventually work or not. And honestly, I think it's a great idea. I think this could suddenly be, the killer app, but it really does get crypto, to the masses. Because if there's any kind of adoption or interplay between the traditional fiat banking system and this bank run by, crypto maximalists like Charlie Lee, who used to be on the board of Coinbase. I think he used to work at Coinbase. And of course, he is the founder or co-founder of Litecoin. He's an old head. He's been in this since, what, 2011 maybe? So this could be a really big deal, y'all. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on this. Litecoin getting to the banking system. It's really exciting, if you ask me. What else? Oh, and in the shill department, my first post with Black Enterprise was posted on the 8th. I believe that was Sunday. And basically, it is a bit of a retread. It is why it's never too late to buy Bitcoin. A version of this article came out on blacksandbitcoin.com in December 2017. Made a few edits due to the recent environment and a few other things we've learned, but still holds true, still valid. So check it out. Link also below in the description, blackenterprise.com. I will be posting there probably a few times a month, so definitely check out what I have to say. I will have different content on there than what's on Blacks in Bitcoin, and after our 30-day exclusivity window, I will repost what I had from Black Enterprise onto Blacks in Bitcoin. Matter of fact, it's going to work out for me this weekend. I got some articles to write. Oh, also, make sure to check out, I believe we have video. I believe we have video of my appearance at the Black Enterprise Entrepreneur Summit. Where did it go? They have these actually a little more organized, but let's see. Here we go. Separating session 4, Tales from the Crypt, separating fact from fiction about cryptocurrency. This is me, Brian Brackeen, the founder of Kairos. Big shouts to him. We're trying to get him on the podcast for next week. Interview with him. He raised over $30 million for his in an ICO for his facial recognition software based out of Miami. And also Daryl Hubbard, Chief Innovation Officer for Yetta Blockchain, hosted by the lovely and talented Samara Lynn, one of our friends of the pod. So yeah, and you kind of have to look for it, but the whole session's here, the whole 1 hour session, blackenterprise.com/videos, link also up in the description. So there you have it, y'all. Try to keep it short for you. How can you support blacksandbitcoin.com? Go to the site, click around, peruse, buy our swag. Click here for more at blacksandbitcoin.com. We have great swag. Get you a snazzy Blacks and Bitcoin t-shirt. BTC, yeah, you know me. And some other goodies that we have on our store. Also, sign up with our link on Coinbase. Click this link right here. If you spend more than $10 worth in your first purchase, they will give you an extra $10, and I'll get $10. Each one teach one. And also, feel free to tip in my Bitcoin tip jar, link below in the description as well. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for allowing me to be late on it this week. We'll try to get these up on Thursdays from here on out. And if you love Bitcoin like I do, hodl if you hear me. Peace.